back with another episode. Gonna be hitting a nice leg day. It's gonna be quad focused with some calves at the end. And today's topic is watch this before you open your own gym. I wanna get into all the nit and grit of what it took to build this gym, First Hole Club. I'll break it down to 5 things, starting with obviously coming up with the money to do this, having an idea of how you're going to differentiate from other competitors, other gyms in the market, how you're going to do your own marketing to gain members, the infrastructure that will be required to build the gym, and then finally the operations and logistics behind it. So when everything is built up, like how you're actually going to sustain it, how you're going to operate it, and how you're going to scale it to the next level. So I'll break it down to each point as we start in our workout. Damn, I've actually already taken my pre today, which I just realized I usually do during my start of this vlog. So we'll skip that part. I feel my pre already, so we'll just head straight to the gym. All right, we're in the gym. I've done my warm-up sets, my mobility stretches already. So I got a couple plates on here and we'll count this as our first set too. Starting with point number 1 is you're gonna have to come up with the money, of course. This is not like one of the easier, low cost, low barrier to entry type of businesses, because it does require a lot more infrastructure to be built to actually make this happen, like the actual design of the place, the space rental or mortgage, the equipment costs, and depending on what kind of business it is, if you have other services like we do, like our storefront or inventory costs, our smoothie bar inventory costs, and then also like furniture and just detail finishes of the whole place. So if I were to go back into specific using this as an example, plus you need staff as well that will be operating, plus you need staff as well that will be helping build this too, and as well as additional contractors to do like more infrastructure work like flooring or wood flooring or painting and changing up the lights, electricians and things like that. So that's something that you should keep account. If opening a gym is something that you do want to do, I suggest you make a list of all the possible costs that will come up to actually make this happen. And I can go deeper into the actual cost of everything after this set. First set down, I upped the weight a little bit too. Remember last time I did those for 3.5, I only got 3 reps, so we'll try 5 reps this time. But going back to our topic, I'm gonna break it down to exactly what it costs to open up this gym, starting with build out cost. If you're looking to open up a gym that's like not as big as like a commercial gym, but still a decent size where it's like a private club with, I don't know, 300 to 600 members, then you probably want to get a facility that's in between like, I don't know, 5,000 to 8,000 square feet. So to actually construct that, build it out from the ground up, do its flooring, do its paint, do its furniture, switch up any of the old bathrooms, let's say, any of the old doors, lighting, adding in additional rooms or fitting rooms and change rooms, smoothie bars, all these kind of things cost us about 100 to 120K, I would say, to make it look professional, all the details. Then there's the cost of equipment, which is one of the bigger costs. If you're doing more of like a studio type of gym where it's like personal training, you probably don't need as much equipment as like we have. We have like 65, 70 machines here. It's more of a bodybuilding gym, so it can cost you anywhere between like 300 to 400, I would say. For us, it was in that range as well. Maybe you can bring it down to like 250 if you really squeeze in and take out some of the other equipment that you wouldn't need. This is based on like a personal thing. Maybe you need more equipment, maybe you need less equipment. This is what it costs us. So apart from that, you need to look at the employee and contracting costs. You're gonna be still paying people to build this place out with you. So 20, 25 bucks, maybe your minimum wage. Our accounting, if it takes you, let's say like 4 to 6 months to build out, probably will cost you close to 100K. Maybe less, probably will cost you between like 60 to 80K to actually build it out with manpower as well. So keeping that in account. Then apart from that, you are getting a building. So if your mortgage, you have a down payment. If you're renting it out, you still have a deposit, first and last rent. So probably have to look at about 30 to 50K right there as well for this kind of facility. And then apart from that, we have a smoothie bar and a storefront for our clothing outside too. So you have to account with inventory costs as well. To fill that place up, we had to invest in another 60 to 80K to have proper inventory always in place, apart from our distribution next door as well. Within that build out cost, I forgot to add in that you're gonna have tons of mirrors around too. The mirrors are more expensive than you think, so probably will count 6 to 9K on mirrors as well. Then you're adding in marketing costs. When you are building this whole place out, you obviously want to have like a nice grand opening and marketing around it. So probably budgeting 10 to 15K on specifically marketing as well, which I'll get deeper into what kind of marketing later. I think I probably covered most of the things here. There's probably other minor expenses that will come up too, maybe like delivery costs, service costs, people like setting up equipment if you can't do it yourself, additional costs for like signage, outdoor signs, indoor signs, and then setting up your cleaning service. So paper towels, fresh air fresheners, bathroom supplies, all these kind of things add up as well. So these kind of things you do have to keep in mind when you want to build an actual gym that services hundreds of people, that it's got to perform correctly and it's got to have the right infrastructure for it to actually work too. So I suggest making a list of all the expenses that it's actually going to cost you before you get into it, realistically for the size that you want to do. But this is what it costed us. Jump. Jump. This brings us to our next exercise. Thank God those squats really killed me today, but we'll do like probably like 4 solid sets here. Get the full range of motion, the squeezes, all that good stuff. Bringing on to our second point of things you need to know before opening your own gym. Point number 2 is what differentiates you from the rest of the competition in the market. So I would do extensive market research to figure out, okay, exactly which gyms are around, whether they're commercial gyms, if they're private gyms, what kind of services they're offering, what their price points are, what the gym looks like, what their designs are, what the community is like, so you know exactly what you're getting into before you make this huge financial commitment. And that'll also help you differentiate, like, okay, this is what's already in the market, this is what I need to bring out. So for us here, even though there's so many commercial and private gyms around, the thing that the community lacked was a content creators gym that was specifically designed the way it looks to be good on video, but at the same time attract members that are into content creation, that like to compete, take this more professionally, and even just like normal members that maybe want to get into more content creation and having a safe space to just record and be themselves, even if that just means like checking their own form. So exactly what we did, I figured out, okay, we need a content creators gym. How can I improve that? Make it all blacked out, give LED lighting, give lots of natural lighting, give lots of mirrors. So it's a space specifically designed for the purpose of creating content. Plus the type of equipment that we have in here is aesthetically pleasing and modern too. So when you are recording your exercise in here, the space itself and the equipment itself looks top-notch and premium. Apart from that, let's give it some more details of designs, adding in more wood trims, adding in more plant vibes. So it's like a boho type of feel too. So in videos, it looks kind of luxury on top of that. I had to figure out, okay, now that we have a content creators gym too, what else can I do to put this gym on the map that's different from the rest? So that was depending on the type of content that we put out. I noticed a lot of gyms, I noticed even though so many gyms exist around us, nobody really capitalized on social media. So we set up proper pages on Instagram and TikTok and gave a nice story about what this gym and this community is about, which then attracted a lot more people. So apart from just opening up a gym, like here's the gym, here's a bunch of equipment, go do your thing and give us $70 a month, we were more than that. We wanted to create this persona, this character of First Health that lives online, that is a gym bro, that is a gym girl, and actually like gets the community too. So that took our page from 0 to over 100,000 people that followed us in just 6 months, and it attracted hundreds and hundreds of people that came from all over the city, all over the province really, to come and try out our facility, to create their own content and be part of this story that we are pushing out there. Going deeper into how I was able to create this facility for a content creators gym, for a content creator or fitness enthusiast that like to record their own workouts and take this professionally, is I even offered tripods at the front. So a lot of people are kind of afraid when they come in and they're used to a commercial facility. They're like, oh, there's people around, they're probably looking at me, so I don't know if I want to record. But when the gym itself promotes it, gives out tripods, lets everybody know that it's a content-friendly gym, designs the whole facility that has good lighting and good background that is optimal for recording, then it just encourages the community a lot more to be themselves here as well. Another thing that we did as this gym started picking up is we invited other local influencers, micro-influencers, macro-influencers, and even big YouTubers like Jeff Nippard, Milk Boys, rappers like Graham Riddles, Smiley, to come encourage them, get your workouts in here, record content in here, which started getting us popping on social media even further, apart from just telling our own story. So all of that lined up, built a solid foundation and community in this gym that then told their friends and families, and they ended up joining, which pretty much got us to our member cap. So that's point number 2. And we'll go into point number 3, which is the marketing behind building your own gym. Three now, which is marketing. This is something that I probably would recommend you guys to just start planning right off the bat. It's something that we did right off the bat, even with like just pre-order memberships. So we start to generate some revenue as we grow this huge expense of building this gym. So some of the things that we did initially was obviously setting up our social pages and start telling the story of what's actually happening and what kind of gym we're creating, who we're creating it for, putting out the right photos and video content that tells a good story about this gym. Then going out, so posting useful content, that serves those specific customers and members on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram, telling our local customers that we're shopping our clothing already about this new venture that we're getting in. So a bunch of them started signing up to our gym, telling their friends, encouraging them to do referral marketing. So if their friend signed up, giving the person some incentive, like a month for free or a gift card to shop our clothes because they referred another friend. So we were opening in Toronto, Mississauga area. We got thousands of cards printed out as well. So in the first few months of our build out, and even once we did build out, we made sure that we went around all the other gyms, parking lots and malls, inside malls, outside malls, inside the malls, outside in their parking lots, schools, their gyms, universities, all sorts of places locally around that could have potentially our customers there, our potential members there, give out free day passes to them, give out a gift card to them to come in and shop in store as they get a free day pass at the gym as well. And that brought us more members. All these marketing strategies obviously are gonna cost you some money. So going back to point number one, where you do have to budget some money too, I'd invest 10 to 15K into local marketing, paid marketing if you can, such as Facebook ads and Instagram ads, giving out day passes, giving out gift cards, keeping that, because that's money too that you could have made. So keep putting that into account, and all the strategies that you are gonna use in your marketing budget, write them down as a list. Which ones are for local, which ones are for social media, organic, which ones are for paid, which ones are for referrals, and then make sure that you have a guideline, step-by-step guideline of how you're gonna execute each one of those based on their timelines. Imagine?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's sit on it.
Sure.
Wait, no. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, hold this. Yeah. Hold this. Oh, you're good. Oh, you're so good. One, two more.
Okay, get off.
One more. Push. Come on, push. Right. Nice. Thank you for the ride. Okay.
You're back. Let's do this, couple reps, couple sets of walking lunges, and then we're out of here. The fourth point in this topic is figuring out operations and logistics. So once everything is set up, you've built your gym, you put in the financial burden on you, you are doing the proper marketing to get people in here. The next step that you obviously have to figure out is how to operate this business. So the day-to-day things that will come in play, well, making sure you have additional staff or some contracting staff that do proper cleaning here every week, because there's only so much that your own staff can do here as well. They're going to be busy, so you'll most likely have to hire a contract cleaning service that comes in a couple times a week, does detailed cleaning of your gym, front side, back side, bathrooms, flooring, mirrors, detailing in the equipment, dust, all of those kind of things matter. And you have to figure out exactly what it's going to cost you to operate this business. So when you get mortgage or monthly rent into account, you get payroll and staff into account, you get the cleaning service into account, you get the insurances, the bills, the water, the heat, the electricity, all these kind of bills will pile up as well. So keeping that into account. Then you have, if you finance your equipment or if you finance or lease your equipment, there's going to be a monthly cost there, so you have to keep that into account. All of these things matter on a monthly basis to make sure that you have that exact number. So what I would suggest is that you create a list of all your monthly operational bills, your costs to run this facility successfully. So then you'll understand, okay, this is how many members I need, this is how many day passes, this is how many visit passes I need to make this a profitable business. So at the end of the day, apart from it paying back over time from your initial investment, that is still making more money than it's costing to run this business as well. So it's a very important step to make sure that you do run a successful business. This is a very important step that you do have to consider to make sure that your business is profitable, because without a profitable business, what's the point of doing all of this? And with a profitable business, it's what's going to take you from where you are today into maybe a second gym, a third gym, and so forth. So number 4 point is the operations, figuring out exactly what it's going to cost to build this company, figuring out exactly what it's going to cost to run this new business of this gym, this facility, and figuring out how many members it will take to become profitable, and if you can add in multiple sources of income as well in your facility, like we have with the monthly gym memberships, to day passes, to 7 visit passes, to personal training, to smoothie bar, to our storefront of selling clothes. All of these things will account into your monthly revenue, which then should be subtracted from your operation costs, and that lump sum will lead you to a profit, which then most likely is going to start paying back of your initial investment that you put in to build this whole facility. So if you're looking to just make a quick buck, this isn't going to be that business. It's a long-term game here. It'll take you years to get your initial investment back, because you will put in a lot of money into this. We ended up building this gym because it was a big brand move for us. We had multiple sources of income of our storefront and the distribution next door, and also our main source of income, which is online distribution of our clothing, that the gym just added on to the whole brand presence. So I knew for myself that building this gym was a brand move. Over the course of years, even though I'm gonna put in all money up front, it's gonna pay off into building and creating and growing this whole community that we have, which then will flow into our clothing, which then will flow into our future gyms. Okay, this brings us to our final exercise here, which is standing calf raises. We do a few sets of this, and that's about it. There's not gonna be any cardio today because I already burned so many calories just doing legs. But point number 5, I realized that I actually kind of merged it in with point number 2 and 4, which was building the infrastructure and also then going up to scaling and operating this business. So I'll just recap that one more time, where you do have to make sure that you build a proper business, that the infrastructure is correct and it's replicatable. So whether it's your gym equipment, the type of design that you did, the type of team that you have, the equipment that you carried, the layout of this business is all proper, that you can just copy paste it into the next and the next location as well. So with that, but that can only be done if you're operating it correctly too. So your first gym should be figuring out exactly how you're going to operate it, laying out again all of your expenses on a monthly basis, that this is what it's going to cost to build the gym initially, and this is what it's going to cost to run the gym after. So once you have all of that in mind, you can then copy paste it and hopefully come up with the money in the next few years or whatever to then build your second location, which really will be the same steps as the first, but you would have learned a lot of things in the first place that maybe you'll be able to cut costs here, maybe you'll be able to save time there, and maybe you'll be able to design it into even a better place than you couldn't in the first gym. So keeping all of these things in mind will lead us to step 5, that if you've done 4 steps correctly, which will take time, and you have gotten your initial investments back, you're in a profitable revenue where you're making more money than your operating cost, you're running it efficiently, your customers and members are happy, you can then scale into your next location. Hope you guys found some useful things here of how you can open up your own gym. These are all the things that I recommend you watching before you end up deciding to open up your own gym, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. This is how I built this. It did become successful, but I'm not gonna lie, it was hella tough, and there were some points where I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna make through this. But you stick to the process, you stick to the blueprint, you stick to the strategy, you trust in God, you have faith, and you just put in the work every single day, and it can work out. As long as your numbers work and it makes sense and you put in your daily grind, it can work. So with that being said, close off this vlog. See you guys in a couple days. Peace.